up against in lowers. It looks like
Maxim right now.
Maxim was able to knock him out, wasn't it?
But as we're talking about that, Wrenched, we don't want to miss a thing. Wrenched, big down air with the bow, gonna take LZD out. No recovery option available in this game, going the way that I expected it to. Wrenched slowly and convincingly taking a bit of a lead here. LZD not quite on par with the tournament experience and LAN experience that Wrenched has.
Right.
And of course, Fable to back him up and support him.
Right. It definitely means a lot to have an organization supporting you, believing in you, to have your back and whatnot. The way that Wrenched is playing this match, it looks the same as him playing against Wilson. I know those matches were very close, but Wrenched is continuously just outside of the hitboxes of LZD. The down lights that LZD went for on Sword just didn't connect. Wrenched was just outside of him. And it comes down to almost pixel perfect spacing. Because if you avoid an attack by an opponent, you can obviously go in and punish them. But if the smaller that distance between you and that hitbox is, the less time it takes to cover that ground, and the better your punish can be. And I know this sounds obvious. It is, but it's something you really have to say out loud once in a while and realize that these players are playing Brawlhalla optimally. And you know, I'm probably going to see some suboptimals in the chat, but these guys are extremely good at the game. And watching them play, it looks like normal Brawlhalla, but if you really look closely, you see some stuff that's absolutely outstanding. And I feel like BMG should like highlight the pixels in between you and your opponent when a hit doesn't go through, just to show off that precision in gameplay at this level.
Absolutely. At a lower level, Brawlhalla can be a game that happens, you know, maybe in runs, or if you understand what I'm saying, where one player will continuously hit the other player. Stocks just getting eliminated. Even at a high level, like with Remy and Noel, we saw that does happen. When we see guys like Wrenched and LZD play, it becomes a game of pixels and frames, where one pixel, one frame can make all the difference between coming down a stock early and getting the game snowballed against you, or finding that first kill and snowballing for yourself.
Right. It's something that like we don't often see. You're right. Some players go on runs, and sometimes it happens in competitive play. Like it's very rare to see it, but we can see 3 stocks. You know, even in grand finals, and seeing that is just one player just catching the other player out on edge. As Wrenched just did here with LZD, a great gravity cancel side sig. Wow.
A lot of confidence there from Wrenched. He's looking great right now. I think he's set to go into the upper finals. I do not see Wrenched losing this set. I know I already said it once, and now that we saw game 1, he's just looking better.
It's him just, you know, piling on the confidence, like you said. Every win, you know, it's another chip on your belt. It's another piece of experience you've gotten. With LZD not picking up a different legend here, I'm kind of concerned for him, since, you know, Wrenched pieced him apart in the last match. I wouldn't be surprised if he's able to do it again here, as he tries to get an early gimp on the right side of the map against LZD.
Yeah, Wrenched is... I'm surprised not that we're going to Mammoth Fortress, that Wrenched wants this map. He's constantly having to deal with that floating platform getting in the way of his Qatar approaches. Maybe he's just so comfortable playing around it that he feels at an advantage in that scenario, that he has so much experience with it. But we're still seeing how much work he has to put in to deal with that floating platform. And as soon as we see LZD not in it, we really see Wrenched get to aggress and push in.
Right, this game is looking a lot more even than the last. LZD doesn't have Wrenched in red, but does have him close to red, as he's red himself. He's playing carefully on the edge here. He's going for moves that cover Wrenched's approach options. Nairs and Sares coming out. Wrenched just missing that Sare, going for a second one, doesn't quite hit, and recovery back onto the stage. Does catch LZD. Wrenched thinking he'd go to the weapon quickly, trying to catch that side stick, doesn't quite hit, but another side air will make a connection. Wrenched with the bow now on top of LDZ over edge, trying to go for those Sares that are so devastating on bow, but he's unable to hit one. And LZD comfortable, unarmed against Wrench's bow. Actually lands a side light. Not quite a knockout, but definitely important, as he's opting to play unarmed. What is he doing?
It's working. Defensive, what can we say about it at this point? He's truly opting for unarmed, and Wrenched having a hard time dealing with this. Might be getting in his head a little bit. Can the tournament nerves, you know, prepare him for what if I feel disrespected or put into a position where it could be embarrassing to lose? And Wrenched not able to deal with that unarmed very well at all. LZD still gonna opt for it. Wrenched falling apart a little bit against this unarmed play, and we're already seeing the rebirth of Rashid come out. Wrenched gonna do his taunts. I think he's had enough of LZD's shenanigans, and we're going to see him really turn it on here and either run over a stock from LZD or get too aggressive and maybe caught out.
He reads LZD's dodge back in. He's able to get a little bit of damage, but it's still even between both players. LZD back on a weapon. Maybe it was just trying to throw a wrench and wrench his gears. You know, Wrench isn't familiar with the player, just opting to go unarmed against him, and honestly, that would throw me off too. So it worked for him. He's a bandit now. Maybe he goes back to the unarmed strategy later in this match. But it seems like he's definitely picked up in this 3rd minute a little bit of an edge over Wrenched. He's got Wrenched in the red. He still maintains yellow on his stock. He's playing well. He does go for a side sig that misses, and Wrenched just has completely turned this match on his head. And
that was Wrench's chance, and that's chance blown. Not able to convert to a kill. There was a lot of potential there, but LZD really looking much stronger here in game 2. Wrenched having to fight an uphill battle if he doesn't want to take this all the way to game 3.
Wrench with that side air that hits just over the edge. Hits another side air to get LZD low. A nair gets him low. LZD, a great option to throw his spear there, but Wrench, he played past it. You know, he has 4 damage on him right now as we go into the last stock here. 4 minutes and 20 seconds on the clock. Wrenched. He's picked it up. He definitely, brought it back from LZD's lead. But it seems like he's slowed down a lot. He's not going for those big strings that we've seen out of him throughout the tournament. I feel like he's playing in bursts. He's a consistent player, but he's a consistent player who just bursts out in magnificence once in a while. I don't understand. We've seen him, close out matches with, crazy strings on guitars, ending in a momentum dodge into a Sair. But here, it's just, he seems to be playing slowly and letting LZD rack up a ton of damage on him.
Yeah, it's not the Wrench that we're so familiar with, but there it is with the guitars. The big strings from Wrench coming out for the first time. Not playing quite aggressively enough off the stage. Dodge burned there, LZD, not able to punish it. Wrenched with those guitars, trying to find the signature, not quite going to work. LZD looking to make something happen with that spear, and the neutral sig from Atari here, a big threat. Wrench trying to get in, signature,
wow.
Does the job, charged up, sliding, Wrenched, 2-0 up over LZD.
I'm very impressed by that side sig. I did not think it was going to hit. I thought it was going to come just short, but it just goes to show Wrench knows his guitars on Ember. Wrench knows his sigs. He knows his kits. Wow. I was impressed by that. So the match that you were very, very excited for, Noel versus iThrow. Oh, whoa.
Winner of this is going to be facing Wrenched in winner's final. Noel, Wrenched would be that Fable final we were talking about, or we could have Set to Destroy X, stepping it up, trying to say, Fable, I don't care how many people you bring to this tournament, you're not winning it. iThrow wants that revenge on Noel. Noel was Flashpoint, of course, at the time of Combo Breaker when he beat iThrow, but he's Fable now.
Well, we did have a very different projection on the bracket. If we have that tick over on Smash GG, we're having iThrow jump into the lobby now. It was predicted that we'd actually have actually, this is one of the only matches in the top 8 that was predicted.
Interesting. LZD, of course, upsetting some of the bracket. LDZ and LZD could meet again if LDZ wins his next lowers round 1 of top 8.
That would be exciting. I love watching LDZ play. I can say that I'm entertained by LZD, but LDZ...
I believe LDZ will play the winner of Remy and Wilson.
Oh, Wilson's still in it, huh?
Remy and Wilson fighting for their lives in lower. Wilson had just knocked out Hyper Hero the set before that. LDZ knocked out Vaxum, knocked out Blood Diamond, knocked out Isidru, all from lowers on that run. Even before that, knocking out no one else. That's where his lowers run started. Losing his first set in winners to LZD. Very confusing. But since then, he has put on one amazing lowers run. A shame we haven't gotten to see these games.
Well, when you're doing an entire tournament in a night, you do have to miss out on some of the lower bracket side of things. But, you know, we talked about earlier, I think I mentioned that after he lost, I said that he has the opportunity to come back to the lower bracket and get all the way to grand finals. And, you know, on Smash G, that's what's expected. He's expected to fight our boy here, Noel, who is fighting iThrow, a run back of Combo Breaker, ladies and gentlemen. If you missed out on that tournament, it was a fantastic tournament to watch on Twitch, but it was an even better tournament to watch in person, I'm sure. You guys will see a concurrent theme in these players, that a lot of these players that perform extremely well have also performed extremely well on LAN events. So go to LANs. It makes you a pro. Trust me, I know these things. I know these things.
LAN is, of course, the proving ground for. You can play as many online tournaments as you want in any online game. LAN is truly where it has always mattered, and it's why I'm so far here on Team Noel, with how dominant he's been in LANs, and he's seeming to do it online as well. But iThrow not quite able to get that gimp. Dodge burn to get up on the platform. That's going to be an easy pickup for Noel with the side air, and this is a big advantage going to Fable's Noel. iThrow trying to bring it back here for set to destroy. We'll see if he's able to answer this first kill, but that weapon's looking dangerous. Noel finding a lot of damage, even taking iThrow up pretty close to the top left zone there.
You know, it just dawned on me that iThrow's playing Brynn and not Bodvar. I don't think I've seen iThrow play Brynn at all. Obviously, he has, you know, over level 25 on her, but it doesn't seem like this pick is going to be something that he's going to want to stick with against Noel here. Yeah,
this is that's recovery interrupted, so that's gonna be a nice kill there for iThrow. But yeah, this pick is questionable. iThrow has been dominating with Bodvar. Maybe he knows something we don't. Maybe he just knows that Noel can deal with his Bodvar and he doesn't want to pick that. Could just be trying something else.
Well, it's definitely a good thing to have multiple characters, you know, on your roster to play during a tournament. But maybe he just wanted the spear. Maybe he just wanted the spear and the axe over Noel's sword and spear. Maybe Bodvar just doesn't cut it against Kill Bill Hattori. Sidelight into a side air. Noel seals iThrow's second stock and is sitting pretty on his second. You know, barely into orange, deep yellow. Yeah,
I'm really wondering at this point if we're even gonna see the Bodvar come out for iThrow. I feel like there's a reason he didn't pick it, but at this point, how do you not go back to that when you've had all your success in the upper run?
Well, I mean, it's a comfort pick, isn't it? And I think we actually saw at Combo Breaker iThrow go in with a couple mirror matches, I think. I might be misremembering. Maybe he went in with Yumiko late in the Combo Breaker. Maybe this is him just trying out other legends against Noel in a high pressure situation. I couldn't tell you honestly. But it looks like he might even up the stocks here before Noel is able to knock him out. Side sig on a GC does it. And there's a chance, albeit slim, that iThrow wins this first match of the set.
It's all looking very good for Noel here. We're not going to see him overextend. He's just covering iThrow's options, trying to wait for a dodge to be burned. But Noel not quite able to finish this kill off. iThrow might be gaining a lot of knowledge here about how Noel tries to approach. And iThrow doing a bit of work here with the spear. It's always reminiscent of old Season 1, Season 0 games for me when I see players come back with the spear. The nice, steady, slow play. There's no recovery for iThrow. Dodge is predicted by Noel. Has to come out then. That's the 1-0 for Noel. And we are one game away from a Fable versus Fable winner finals at the end of this upper bracket run.
Right, something that we expected from the beginning, something that we anticipated, but something I didn't anticipate was iThrow switch over to Koji now. And I understand that iThrow plays a bunch of Brawlhalla and probably plays every weapon in the lineup. I am still surprised, however, by his picks that I haven't seen him play in tournaments personally. I got a little bit of intel that iThrow plays a lot of axe and spear, but I just haven't seen it, right? And him picking up Koji, I don't think I've seen him play Koji. Definitely not today, but in recent tournaments.
The big question that has to be on everybody's mind who's watching this tournament is why did iThrow change off of Bodvar?
I don't know it. Maybe Bodvar just loses out to Noel. Maybe Noel just always beats Bodvar. Maybe there's some hidden tech we don't know that Noel has. They just 100-0s Bodvars every time.
I mean, you mentioned the Yumiko as well, so it could be a Hammer versus a Noel issue that iThrow really doesn't want to have Hammer. But now that he's got the sword on Koji, just as I say that, he throws that sword away.
You know, I'm thinking of his last two picks, and maybe it's just Bodvar doesn't have high enough dex. Noel's just too quick to punish on a fast Hattori. The down sig catches iThrow. I thought iThrow would be able to get away from that.
Bryn and Bodvar, Bryn has less dex than Bodvar. I mean, from that perspective, it just doesn't make sense. But Koji is somehow working out here for iThrow. Noel.
Maybe it's the weapons itself that have a slower cool. I have no idea. My frame data knowledge is nil, almost. iThrow gets the first stock off of Noel, but can he continue on with this? The bow is he's played before in tournaments. I've seen him play Yumiko, but I think he might be playing Koji. Maybe it's a lore thing. Maybe he just wants, you know, Hattori versus Koji because it's lore worthy. I don't know.
The all ninja match.
That's what it is.
Not quite able to find this kill. Ground pound gonna not quite do it. iThrow barely clinging to life. There's the dodge. There's the recovery. There's the dare. Noel taking that first stock away from iThrow almost 2 minutes into the game.
Noel playing that edge that he's so comfortable with. I think he's so comfortable with the edge because he can so quickly navigate off of it and get onto the platform and just counter someone easily with a Sair or Nair. Is just it gives him almost more options to be on the edge than it is to stay close to someone on the platform. Noel playing carefully, jumping and dodging within a frame almost. A bizarre option from him, but definitely something that works out. iThrow still racking up a ton of damage on Noel with this bow. Side air after side air after side air, landing on this Hattori pick from Noel. iThrow spacing carefully, making sure that all of his damage is done in bursts so Noel can't get a read on him. Noel also playing patiently, throwing out a signature, being punished by iThrow. iThrow missing his dare, it hits the platform instead of going over, as I'm sure he was trying for. Nair for the knockout.
Nair off the top of Shipwreck Falls, not the most optimal kill option, but Noel's not given iThrow a whole lot of opportunities to find these KOs. iThrow will take what he can get, and this is more about slowly building damage than finding a quick kill on your opponent. iThrow putting out pressure with that bow, and Noel's just not able to deal with it right now. This Koji pick is looking really good for iThrow. The sword, it seems to be what's been best for iThrow all tournament, and the bow, a really good option against Noel and how he's playing.
iThrow is able to get back to the map here on a second stock still, and as I say that, Noel dares him into the cove itself. iThrow, he doesn't have too much work to do. A side air or side light will put damage on Noel, and Noel's close to red. iThrow, if he plays consistently with his bow and his sword like he has this entire match, I think has it in the bag and will put this to 1-1. Now, Drop, is this a best of 5 or is this a best of 3? Do you know?
I think we're still at best of 3, as the Wrenched versus LZD was a best of 3.
Alright.
This is the same part of the bracket.
iThrow landing a Sair, putting Noel over edge, downlight, neutral air, recovery, not quite enough to knock out. iThrow trying to cover the edge of the map with the down air hitbox. The collision on the ground gives it a splash zone. That Nair not enough to knock out, but he's sitting pretty. Yellow health against Noel's red.
Noel burning that dodge, not being punished for it. But iThrow can't quite find this kill. It's taking so long. Side air gonna do the job. We're going to game 3, and is Noel gonna have an answer for that Koji?
I think it might be an answer in the form of a change-up of gameplay. I would be surprised if he changed off Hattori, honestly.
We could see a Koji pick come out from Noel here.
You think we'll see the mirror?
I think we might.
Noel's thinking about it. He's thinking about it.
He went
Sticking
with that
Hattori.
And just a quick update for all you guys watching the stream, checking out the bracket, we do have Remy versus LDZ waiting. Winner of that fights LZD, and then the loser of this game will face off against the winner of Post Up and Phazon.
Got some exciting matches coming up. And hopefully when we get back to Phazon, he plays those blasters that you're such a fan of. Maybe he goes over to Thatch too.
He better pick it for me. I'm looking forward to the Thatch. I don't expect him to pick it versus Post Up. Against Post Up, we might see the BRAWL-A that we talked about earlier, but
I guess we'll have to just wait and see after we see iThrow and Noel go at it again. The same matchup from round 2. Sorry, match number 2. I think iThrow, if he plays patiently, I think that's what it comes down to. He just has to play patiently against Noel. He'll win it out. You know, Noel's gameplay seems to be aggression and burst after he catches his opponent on a punish, and iThrow's read that. iThrow's patiently playing against Noel. Noel runs away. iThrow keeps in pace, and as soon as Noel changes up his direction or what he's doing, iThrow dodges, reacts, and he wins out. But as soon as I say that, Noel catches a neutral sig on a Tori sword and a down air to clean up iThrow's stock.
you know, Noel looking pretty right now with the lead here in game 3. I like that he stuck with his guns when Hattori he didn't feel pressured into changing his character after one loss. And that's the trademark of Noel, but iThrow here, again, just playing better and better as the set goes on, maybe? Trying to get these reads on Noel, and those dodge-ins are getting shut down hard. Noel needs to find another way to build damage onto iThrow.
iThrow with that side air, putting Noel close to the kill box, not quite all the way there, unable to get a second stare over edge. No knockout yet, but he's barely taken any damage on his second stock. He's playing so well against Noel here. Wow, I'm just blown away that Noel is just being stumped by Koji. As someone that's played a ton of Koji, Noel, I just would think that would just be able to play against him, right? Oh, it's a Koji? Yeah, I know every single option Koji has. I've written this down in a notebook and copied it 15 times. I know exactly what Kojis can do. But iThrow's bringing, you know, chain dodges going inward and up. Wow. Down light, Sair. And Noel,
there are the reads from Noel coming out. That's going to be huge. If he can capitalize on this and turn it into a kill, iThrow's going to punish that sig attempt. And a big run back on damage of his own. Noel, unarmed, or finding the disarming hit onto iThrow, I should say. That recovery is not going to be punished. Noel not quite able to secure a kill there. iThrow bringing this game back to a more even point. Noel gonna chase, trying to ledge guard here with Hattori, but the down sig's not gonna do it. And Noel is struggling to find these knockouts onto iThrow, which is not something that can be said about any of his other opponents in any of the other tournament matches today.
Well, it seems like Noel has finally found himself a lead. Doesn't seem like he's had one for the past 2 matches against iThrow. Now, the thing is, he needs to do a lot with this stock if he's going to win over iThrow here, because iThrow's been, you know, reading him. Been reading him real well. Noel with a great weapon pickup over and beyond iThrow. That was a bizarre distance almost, but I guess he just knows that max distance. He's been talking to his boy TWK Smash in the BMG offices and got himself some frame data.
He gets the secret frame data, the real frame data. They feed the rest of us false info.
That's a shame, man. It's all the stuff you can't figure out in training mode. Despicable. Despicable. How could they? But as we go into the final stock, possibly the final stock for one of these players in the upper bracket, we see Noel with the spear, something that he's played very successfully in this matchup against iThrow.
And I just want to stop there and say that NSIG coming out from Noel was so smart, and the dodge from iThrow so good. The movement was predicted by Noel onto iThrow, and the SIG was predicted from iThrow onto Noel. And we saw a beautiful signature come out that was just perfectly dodged by iThrow. It's showing you just how far into these guys' heads one another is.
Right, well, they've played each other a lot before. I'm sure they've sparred, even though they're not in the same group. They're still peers. They're still guys that, you know, jump into Discord, play some casuals, you know, maybe some high-velocity casuals, but still casuals. And they know how each other play. We have both players deep in the red here in the 5th minute. Noel with the recovery, not quite enough to knock out, but his weapon throw catching iThrow off guard.
The weapon throw, did that deny Noel the recovery?
I don't know, but he got another one there.
Yeah, either way, he'll find it with the spear. That's going to be 2-1 Noel over iThrow. And we have an all-Fable winner finals, Noel versus Wrenched. And you know, our nightmare set, I think, might be next, defensive.
It is. It is. It is. I saw that. And, LDZ and LZD are up next, ladies and gentlemen. I'll be calling them both by their character names. And if they mirror match, then I'm leaving.
Yeah, we'll take 5 while they play.
Yeah, that sounds good by me. I could go get another cup of water or something, man. But they are jumping in, ladies and gentlemen, LZD and LDZ. LDZ being a reigning champion of the world, and LZD being himself.
some guy who has a similar name.
Yeah, he plays good too, which is weird.
Yeah, and very strange. You wouldn't expect, you know, him to play super great.
Right.
Just bizarre things. Brawlhalla community type things.
Why not? You know, he actually came into the scene in tournaments playing Koji, playing no skin, black Koji, just like LDZ. Hopefully they don't mirror match. I think we're waiting for LDZ. He might be getting himself a drink or taking a quick break himself, but we are about to get into a match that will probably be, and just empirically in this tournament, LZD beat LDZ 2-0. So we might be seeing a world champion being brought down by what we can call a fanboy, I want to say. Right? That's safe to say, isn't it?
Hey, you know, we took the name from him. I think it's safe to say at a certain point.
I'm getting a little bit of intel. I think we might see a double Lucian. I
hope so. I would love to see a Lucian Mir.
Well, I want LDZ to win, honestly. I want him to win with Orion neutral SIGs only. He did it recently in a tournament. He renamed his clan name to like something NSIG and just completely dominated someone with Orion Spear NSIG. I'd like to see that. But, oh, wait, dude. I seriously don't want to see double Lucian from these guys. And Lucian, catching Lucian with a down SIG.
You know, there's nothing wrong with the little old Lucian Mir.
Honestly, I wouldn't be, you know, off put by a Lucian Mir at all, unless their names were almost identical. There within lies the issue. But like I said, ladies and gentlemen, LZD is good. He beat LDZ earlier. LDZ beat everybody last year at BCX, and he's continuously placed well in tournaments this year on the road to BCX 2017. I think his accolades are, he won the Winter Championship 1v1, got second in the Spring Championship 1v1, and got second in a recent qualifier for a BCS event.
Yeah, it's an impressive list of stuff. He has been, 1 year ago, he was undoubtedly, you know,
the best.
The best, yeah. With guys like Noel coming up, is he still the best? I would love to see. I keep forgetting because LZD took him out so early. But I would love to see an LDZ versus Noel grand final.
That would be great, and it is projected. But can LZD bring another upset? Is the question. I feel like LDZ is one of those players that, you know, plays well when he needs to, and earlier he didn't really need to, right?
Mm-hmm.
You know, because he could have you know gone through the lower run. And he did, but now he's back on the same guy that knocked him down there, and it's life or death. It's life or death.
And looking at the bracket, we did have Phazon beating Post Up. We didn't get to see if he brought the guns out, but that's going to be iThrow and Dr. Phazon as 2 of the 4 remaining in lowers right now. We are at top 6 right now. With, of course, Noel and Wrenched in uppers, LDZ and LZD gonna fight in lowers, and iThrow and Phazon as well. But,
well, it looks like we are gonna see Dr. Phazon iThrow now instead of LZD and LDZ. Maybe LDZ needed to take a few extra minutes. Maybe just needed to bring out his Koji scroll and kind of go over what he needed to go over. Remember his jutsus. If I'm meaning that correctly. I'm not sure. But we do have iThrow automatically locking in as Bodvar again. What iThrow?
Why did he not pick it versus Noel?
I don't know. I mean, I want to ask him, but he's in the middle of a tournament. I feel like that'd be a little bit out of place. I don't get it. I don't get it. Normally interviews happen after games, you know, and like
bring him in here while he's playing. It's just Phazon. He can handle it.
It's just Phazon, and a Phazon without blasters at that.
Yeah, a Mordex Phazon. You know, I'm a little scared to see what he can do with this Scythe Gauntlet combo. Does it as iThrow, the higher seed here, the favorite to win the match. Phazon definitely has some upset potential, especially with iThrow just losing kind of a heartbreaker to Noel. Almost had his revenge deep in Game 3, deep red, one stock apiece. And Noel was able to pull it out once again, denying
Could have gone
iThrow.
anyway then, so honestly, he can't be upset about those matches, and he still has the opportunity to run back. So I'm sure he's got his chin up. But Dr. Phazon here, he's getting his chin ground into the ground. He's already in red. iThrow barely in orange, and a side sig from iThrow, knocking him off the side of the map. Dr. Phazon's gonna have to change the way he plays here, because he's been stocked in less than a minute.
Yeah, iThrow looking very, very strong right now.
He continues that pressure with the sword. He has Phazon off the edge without options already. One recovery to get back. Phazon is able to pick up gauntlets, but he doesn't continue his string after hitting it down there. I don't... Maybe it's just not true, so professionals just don't hit non-true things.
iThrow are only going for the true follow-ups.
Yeah.
Never taking a risk.
True or unoptimal.
Not quite that extreme, but iThrow looking very good right now. Phazon, really not able to hold his own in this fight at all. Looking to go down to one stock. iThrow is still at 3.
iThrow is still at 3 stocks. Dr. Phazon deeper on his second than iThrow is on his first. iThrow with side air.
Yeah, no fear, jumping right in there, unarmed, throwing out the sort of telegraphed Sarah at Phazon. But opposite what I said of iThrow maybe having been beat down over the course of his last few matches, maybe it was Phazon. Maybe the tournament fatigue has set in. This is not the Phazon we saw earlier, and iThrow looking for a potential 3 stock here. Phazon just barely making it back to stage. iThrow clinging to the stock for as long as he can. Still not going to be knocked out, but anything resembling a kill move will do it.
There's one.
It's there. That'll do it.
That's one of the ones that kills things. Scythe side air locks it in, but iThrow doesn't have much work to put on to Dr. Phazon with his hammer here before he seals the first match of the set. Another nail do it. Will he catch one? He stomps. Stomp. Sair punishing the gravity cancel down sig from Phazon into match 2 on this set, ladies and gentlemen. It's looking pretty strong, strongly in iThrow's favor here.
Yeah, after that game 1, what can you even really say that Phazon can change to maybe have a better shot or to find success in game 2?
You know, he's picked up the blasters, man. Maybe that's what he needed to do.
A Phazon with blasters is Phazon at his strongest, so I think that Lucian might work out a bit better, but those guitars, I don't know if they'll do Phazon any favors.
Well, as long as he has his blasters set to kill, I think he'll be all right here. Katars, I mean, he hit a bunch of down sigs on people earlier, but I don't think iThrow's going to be in a position where Dr. Phazon's going to be able to hit anything like that. I think iThrow's just a little bit too heavy.
Versus iThrow.
Right, that's like a ranked type kill option. You catch my drift.
Yeah, it's not something that you can expect to hit on a consistent tournament player in top 8 like this.
Right, iThrow
getting close to top 4 clinched.
Very, very close to getting knocked out. Dr. Phazon gets back to the top, or the bottom of the wall with the recovery there. He gets back. In all honesty, I thought he was gone, though. I thought iThrow would have had that first stock already. iThrow trying to seal that first stock now. Dodge through, caught by Dr. Phazon's recovery. He's definitely showing up with these guns here. It's definitely something he should have ran into the first match with. I'm not sure why he went with the Mordex pick.
Yeah, the Mordex was definitely the weaker option. Blasters are what Phazon's known for. But that recovery is going to get smacked out by the side air sword. I throw. Going to go ahead and take the lead in game number 2. And we might just be seeing a 2-game set here.
It would not catch me by surprise at all. Dr. Phazon's definitely playing better with this Lucian pick, but at the same rate, iThrow isn't playing any worse. He's been able to take a stock off of Dr. Phazon and rack up damage and barely avoids getting hit by that side sig, but a down sig catches iThrow. Dr. Phazon with the nifty little GC there. iThrow guarding the weapon from Dr. Phazon. Guarding Dr. Phazon for the weapon. I'm not sure which one's the right one to say.
Oh, here's potential edge guard. iThrow went down very low there. I'm not sure what that was about, but that recovery stuffed out, dodge gone, iThrow.
That's what it was about, Drop. That's what it was about right there. He saw the future. He knew he could get a Gimp if he went low first. That's what it was all about.
It was all planned.
Calculated, yeah.
Dr. Phazon looking for that down signature here, maybe? No, not going to find it on iThrow, like we said. Not going to find any signatures. iThrow staying alive so well, just as I say that. Maneuvering into the Blaster's weapon toss. And Phazon has his first chance to make something happen with the guitars here. Unarmed iThrow.
But not for long. iThrow is able to find himself a sword, and he's going to start firing back at Phazon with these Sares, Nairs, and Dares. Goes in for a dare here, makes contact, doesn't catch Phazon with the follow-up neutral light, but he does catch a down light Sare, and he has Dr. Phazon on edge, misses the Sare after the down light. Side sig, whiffs. Phazon has an opportunity to get by throw here, but he misses the dare. iThrow hits his head on the top of the map.
Yeah, iThrow with the bad jump there, still looking very good at in this game. Still looking to go up 2-0. Phazon trying to make something happen with the guitars here. He's putting out the aggression while one stock deep red. That's what we like to see.
Oh, but the
a little
bears.
too much aggression.
Player 1 wins.
You know, sometimes you get over aggressive and run on top of a bear, and the bear kills you. It's one of those things. Ask any Alaskan.
Sometimes you eat the bear, sometimes the bear eats you.
Yeah, man, that was a good movie, wasn't it?
Of course.
Up next, ladies and gentlemen, we will have LDZ and LZD jump in. NSIG, I Choose You, and Taza, Best Caster, NA, their clans. There's the Purple Taros. There's... Wait. Are we sure they didn't switch names? What if LZD's LDZ and LDZ's LZD?
You know, that's not our problem, defensive, because in this game we have Taros and Orion.
That's a very good point. That's a very good point. We have a Taros and an Orion. That's about it. Wait, don't do it to us. I thought they were listening.
Oh no, they are. I said it too soon.
Here's the thing. They can't pick the same color.
All right.
So one can be
Let's
Christmas.
call
one
them
can be
purple and purple and red.
All right, so going into the first match of the set, ladies and gentlemen, we have LDZ on Taros and LZD on Orion, and they're going to Blackguard Keep. This should be a great match, and if it's not, I'll be very disappointed in sending an upset letter to both of these individuals. Not allowed to upset a caster. It's not cool.
3, 2, 1, brawl!
Brawl! Taros going in on the Orion. Orion with the weapon first, picks himself up a spear, goes for the insig that his clan name suggests is his only kill option. Does his entire go. LDZ hits a gravity cancel down sig that actually clashes. LZD, what interaction?
Taros looking very pretty on that first kill. But we might see a very quick, very bizarre game. That's kind of what I'm anticipating here, defensive.
That interaction on the edge was just so bizarre. I wasn't lost in who was who. I was lost in who lost jumps first. I guess it was the clash that kind of killed LZD. But Orion catching a Sarah onto Taros. Taros only in the orange as LZD is quick. I guess I'm going to call them by their names. My brain can't make up its mind. That made no sense. LDZ catches him with a neutral light on edge. LZD trying to get back to the map with the lance. It should be easy peasy. Catches himself a neutral sig after a side light. LZD catching the first stock off of LDZ, but LDZ does have not a lot of stock, or not a lot of damage to do onto LZD before he's in knockout potential.
And of course with that Taros, it's gonna be real easy. Cider with the axe, very, very punishing. And the N-Sig only gonna get very punished. Very risky option there from Orion. Terrorist is able to find that kill quite easily. N-Sig coming out from Terrorist, such a popular option, 2 in a row.
Modified Russian Mafia coming out from Teros. Orion trying to catch a neutral sig that worked for him earlier, but it's not going to work again. More neutral sigs coming out from Teros. Honestly, it's just a trade back and forth. Who can end sig better? Plain and simple. Sarah's coming out from Teros, trying to get a GC neutral sig, not going to work. LZD almost dead, and that should be it. No?
That was jumps restored. Ryan was able to touch the stage before that N-Sig connected with him.
Solid gameplay from purple and green.
Terrace really going for that gravity cancel N-Sig. Both players, you know, seem more concerned about their style points than anything else, really in this matchup.
Teros with the neutral sig, almost enough to knock out Orion. A slide charged neutral sig, not quite making contact. GC neutral sig punished by Orion with a downlight into a recovery. And Orion now has himself a spear, the better N-Sig weapon, in my opinion. Teros goes low, and it's all worth it. Gets the stock knock. LDZ, ladies and gentlemen, taking the first match of the set.
And we're gonna see Terrace pick stick for LDZ.
I would be surprised if LZD didn't change his character here. Another Orion pick I don't think is in his favor. Wait, do we have a TZD in the do we have a TDZ in the lobby too? We Oh, TDZ is LDZ? Wait, what?
It's shown the T from tier, I think. I don't know. I have no idea what's happening defensive. This is very confusing.
LZD chooses Thatch. Oh man. Oh man. I'm cool with that.
Three,
cool with that.
Thatch is my boy.
one,
That's my pick. That's my character. I love Thatch, but I'm afraid of what we're gonna see happen to the Pirate in this matchup against Teros.
Well, with so little defense, I feel like he might have to walk the plank early, and it seems like Mammoth Fortress is providing him one on the left side of the map here, but it's moving. It's no longer a plank, now it's a floating thing. But we have Teros low on the map getting picked up by Thatch's recovery, but Thatch remains on the edge. Cannonballs! Number 1 makes contact, but number 2 just isn't quite there. More cannonballs come out, but Teros is easily able to slide in underneath them and catch a gravity cancel neutral sig. That is almost enough to knock out, and a dodge up into a ground pound locks in the first stock for Teros, and he celebrates with a couple free N-Sigs.
You know, surely I'm not the only one wondering defensive. What happened in the first set that these two played?
Did they already play a match? I don't know.
The first set,
earlier?
LZV sent LDZ down to losers in the second round of the tournament. We didn't see it, but
You know
what happened in that set?
Like I said, I'm pretty sure it was just LDZ wanting to have an easier run in the tournament. I honestly think he might have thrown. I don't know. I can't say that for sure. It's just a thought. The way he's dominated so far, I think LDZ is just having fun. You know, he's so familiar with the tournament scene. He's just relaxing. You know, he's cooling and maxing. He ain't got no worries. Neutral sigs coming out from Teros aren't making contact, but a side air will be enough to knock out Thatchington. A single stock left on the Thatch side of things. Purple Teros looking pretty right about now. Not enough N-Sigs though, IMO. LDZ playing comfortably on top of the map. LZD, he kind of looks like he's floundering. Kind of looks like he doesn't know what to do to counter against his senpai here. Stomping the neutral sig, neutral sig and a neutral sig, neutral sig and a neutral sig, neutral sig, facepalm.
That's just something else.
That's
LDZ
That's
looking pretty dominant to be able to do this to his opponent at this point in the tournament. LDZ just toying with him, having fun. It's kind of amazing.
I enjoy it. This is fun to watch. I like this. I like watching LDZ play. LZD, knocked out
Player
2-0
one wins.
in this set against LDZ up here in the or down here in the lower bracket, and that's
We're gonna
payback.
see LDZ versus iThrow and Noah versus Wrenched. They're the only 4 left in this whole tournament. We
4
started
left
with
out of
what,
over
600?
I think it was 688 was the number. if I'm not
688,
mistaken.
almost 700, down to 4.
That's a lot of people, and this is not a lot of people. That's a big change of things. But again, LDZ and iThrow, 2 names that aren't difficult to say back to back at all. Going in on this, finals round here, and iThrow picks up a Tori, another legend he has over level 25. Another legend I'm sure he's terrific with, but can he beat LDZ's Taros? Is the question.
I think that if iThrow wins this match and stops LDZ here, we're gonna see Noel win this tournament. I think if LDZ beats iThrow, he's gonna beat Wrenched in lower finals then. I'll predict that Noel will beat Wrench, and I think that LDZ has a big chance to win 2 sets in a row versus Noel. If anyone's gonna do it, it's LDZ.
I agree full-heartedly, but
I think
he does
iThrow
have to
could
win
stop
here
him.
though.
I think
iThrow
iThrow-
recently beat LDZ.
Yeah, I think iThrow has maybe the highest chance of stopping him. And if iThrow beats him, I don't see iThrow all of a sudden running back 2 sets in a row on Noel or Wrenched.
Well, we'll have to see how it unfolds here. I don't know if they're waiting on us or what. But it does seem like we're going into map selection now, ladies and gentlemen. LDZ. That's gonna curse me, man. LDZ coming in with his Taros. iThrow coming in with Hattori. Someone we haven't seen him play today, but he's got a kick-ass skin for Hattori, doesn't he?
You know, that's a pretty dope skin. In black, looking sleek. It's like the Murder Squad Hattori skin. I dig it.
I wouldn't want to run into that Hattori in a narrow alley late at night. Not at all.
No, absolutely not.
Not the Taros either, to be honest. No matter what color Taros has.
Yeah, Terrace isn't the kind of guy you want to run into anywhere.
Nah. I have no intention of being a matador in my life. LDZ picking up that hammer quick in the match. iThrow answering with unarmed side air into side light and continuing to rack up damage onto LDZ. What's going on here? LDZ, where's that confident hammer gameplay that we saw against your counterpart earlier? What's going on, man? Fighting on edge. LDZ's able to get back a ground pound onto iThrow. Very, very, very well placed ground pound at that. LDZ gets back on the stage with the backward Sair, catches iThrow in a neutral light. He's trying to catch a side air here. Dodging just too close to iThrow. iThrow is able to capitalize with some sword damage. LDZ has iThrow on edge and has iThrow in the knockout box. He's got that first stock on lock a minute deep into the match, but he did take a lot of damage. He's in the red here.
And this is LDZ looking really comfortable against iThrow. Still using those Terra signatures, gravity canceling. LDZ just has no fear. He'll take any risk, and he seems to be pretty hard to punish, and actually finding a lot of success with these high-risk plays.
Yeah, LDZ is one of the only players I see do this, but he just spot dodges in the middle of an interaction over edge. And he either uses a gravity cancel or he just chills there. But it doesn't seem like he ever gets punished. It's bizarre. It catches me off guard. But I think it catches anybody he plays off guard as well, as iThrow hasn't been able to punish him while he does it either. LDZ back on edge, still with the hammer, consistent as always, getting damage onto iThrow, but he is taking a ton of damage. Dancing over iThrow, carefully with this big bull of a character we call Taros.
iThrow, big kill potential. Dodge isn't going to be punished. LDZ makes it back safely. He's going to find a weapon here. iThrow trying to finish this stock out. Pushing LDZ up. At axe recovery, very safe, very hard to get in on that with the sword. iThrow maybe looking to take him off the top with the nairs. No, the recovery, that'll do it. LDZ needs to even these stocks up. If iThrow takes game 1, that could be big trouble for the West Coast LDZ. Of course, playing in these East Coast tournaments with a bit of a lag disadvantage.
I thought, I know iThrow's from Canada, he's in Canada, but I don't know which province he's in. No, LDZ, what?
LDZ, indeed.
Oh no.
That's a bad start to the set for LDZ. We'll see if he can run it back. But this is not loser's final. This is only best of 3.
Yikes,
Nitro just needs one of the next 2.
That couldn't have felt good for LDZ at all.
We know that did not feel good.
Wow, a Bryn pick coming out. He's gone low so many times on Edge, and we so rarely see him Z now. Was that a miscalculation, or do you think iThro had any part of that?
It's hard to say. I can't tell with LDZ. I can never tell.
He does play so differently than everybody else, doesn't he?
Brawl.
He's the North American Multimum at this point. It's almost like he's bored with the game and bored with his opponents, so he has to make his own fun.
Gotcha.
You know, no clue who he's going to pick in tournaments. Like you said, does bizarre things that no one else does, but he makes it work.
Right. It's great. I'd love to watch it, honestly. I have no problem with it. I think it makes the game way more fun to watch. It's not this, flow chart kind of gameplay that we see out of some other player. It's just predictable, right? He's always doing something different. He's always mixing up his dodges, his GCs, his moves, and utilizing signatures in some ways that other players don't. But then again, Teros's NSIG is pretty busted, so why not use that, right?
And into this game too, off of that Teros, LDZ looking a bit stronger with this Bryn. iThro finally starting to fire back, getting that damage build up. LDZ gonna find that axe, and that's the weapon that he seems to be favoring right now. Recovery, trouble for iThro. LDZ knows exactly how to answer that.
LDZ with a little bit of a dance on the platform after getting the knockout there. Going back and forth, kind of waggling with the axe. Both players with a spear now, one with a foam finger of death, and one with the Metadev Perfection spear. Can't be beat, best in the game. iThro goes high with the recovery. LDZ follows him, both back on the platform. iThro trying to throw out a side step, doesn't quite make contact, but the second one does as LDZ tries to punish the first, but doesn't quite get there. iThro with a deep throw.
That recovery interrupted. iThro. Big kill.
An important kill at that.
Yeah, that could be a big momentum shifter. We'll see if iThro is able to bring this back, as it seemed like LDZ was going to run a bit more damage onto him there. But this game is suddenly a lot closer than it was even 40 seconds ago.
That indeed it is. LDZ goes high with the axe, doing a lot of damage on iThro in short order. He doesn't want to mess around anymore. Drop. I think he might have been playing around in the first match with Teros. I think that's his. I'm not gonna play seriously. I'm still gonna beat you pick. But if you beat me, I'll play seriously the next go about.
And iThro's really struggling with this transition into Brand. Better stat-wise, equally strong signatures perhaps, and a spear instead of that hammer. LDZ making full use of the Bryn change. And iThro looking for a Gimp, not quite gonna find it. Weapon throw is gonna be dangerous, Dare doesn't connect. And LDZ used that dodge, but iThro wasn't quite there to punish it.
LDZ keeps on going up with these recoveries, trying to catch iThro off the ground. It hasn't worked out for him, but as he approaches there with the stare, he does land a hit onto iThro that knocks him out, putting him in his final stock. LDZ kind of needs to win this one if he wants to continue on in the tournament. iThro needs to pick it up if he wants to 2-0 LDZ and have a little bit of bragging rights that the community will just hands down recognize him for. Oh, you beat LDZ in 2 tournaments, twice in a row? That's pretty good. It's pretty good.
Yeah, certainly if iThro wins this set against LDZ, that's gotta be what cements people, or cements him in his people's mind as somebody who is actually a top contender in NA who can beat anyone. I mean, we saw him put up an incredible fight against Noel. He's looking he's trying to bring this game back and win 2-0 against LDZ, but we might just end up going into game 3.
That we might, as we see LDZ has a significant lead on iThro in this final stock here. iThro deep in the red, probably easily knocked out by an axe at this point. And iThro, if he was to knock out LDZ, needs to utilize an incredible Gimp, or just, I don't know, get a ton of damage, not get hit once, and then knock him out with a signature. Very unlikely. LDZ looking to finish up the stock here. iThro's not quite done yet, though.
iThro is doing a great job of getting this chip damage in, And LDZ finally into that orange, finally maybe feeling some pressure here in this game too. iThrow actually in a good position to maybe win this game. LDZ in red, iThrow a little bit deeper red. Stat-wise, this is all in Bryn's favor. I would say the same about the weapons. iThrow stepping into that ground pound. LDZ gonna take game 2.
Wow.
And defensive, you know, here's another talking point. Both these guys will be playing in the upcoming season of Masters. iThrow and Stevenator were tied in circuit points. For their tiebreaker, whoever had the highest 1v1 ranked matchmaking got to break that tiebreaker. That was iThrow.
Really?
He got to choose which seeding he wanted at that point, high or low.
2,
And the choice was to be in groups with LDZ or with Starlight, and iThrow chose Starlight. He did not want to be in LDZ's group.
You know, that speaks volumes on iThrow's comfortability playing LDZ, and obviously he, you know, opt out of playing LDZ even though he has some W's over him in the past. But I think it's just a smart choice even if you're not looking at LDZ's end, because Starlight is out of practice. He's been, you know, off doing, you know, I think he's been doing some voice acting in Canada, and he hasn't been playing as much Brawlhalla. He hasn't been streaming as much, and he hasn't been in tournaments as of recently. So just, you know, opting to play a colder player is probably the smarter way to go.
I agree 100%. And iThrow with the bowed bar looking very, very strong now. He made use out of that hammer, the sword to find the kill, and LDZ looking like he might be in some trouble.
It's very possible. He needs to get more damage. He just hands down needs to get more damage because iThrow's, you know, sitting comfortably in orange still. But, you know, down there on Axe, you know, does wonders, doesn't it?
iThrow hitting his head on that recovery, a big blunder, and LDZ just got himself a lot of breathing room back.
That he did, and he's going to be guarding this was looking like he was going to guard the weapon, but slides a little bit further off stage than he probably intended to. He's going to get some bread and butter combos on the iThrow with these side airs and these side lights that combo